Yes, my people, welcome to a special Predict 11 show down here at the Amex Stadium. I've got James with me, and we're going to run through some positions and what we think Arteta's going to go with, I guess, on this Saturday. Let's start with the goalkeeper. I mean, it kind of picks itself.
It picks itself because he's been playing so well. I know Leno's had some stuff to say about it in the week. Ramsdale's done great, and we've seen different elements to his game. We've seen the distribution, mainly in the Norwich game. Against Burnley, we saw him command in the area. And against Spurs, we saw him do some shot stopping. And listen, a lot of the reason for keeping Leno, for some people, was the shot stopping, elite shot stopper. Ramsdale is showing us signs that he's got that in his locker too. And I think he'll be busy against Brighton. So for me, no reason to drop Ramsdale. I will say that Leno was in unbelievable form before he came here during lockdown. Obviously suffered the injury, wasn't as long as at first feared. And I remember everyone thinking, that's it, season over. But we, obviously got through that with Martinez and everything. You all know the story. Yeah. But Ramsdale's come in and done really well, so he's got to keep his place.
He has to keep his place. And quickly, we're going to go from the goalkeeper to formation. We're going to go with 4-2-3-1. You with me on that?
That's the debate. I'm going to say yes, I am with you on that.
Yep.
But there's a real debate to be had there because, the big talking point is Granit Xhaka's injury. True. Now, for whatever people think about his pros and cons or whatever, he fits perfectly into what Arteta wanted to do, building out the back. His natural left-footed nature and the way he drifts to that side with Partey dominating in right and central areas, it worked for Arteta. It was crucial to that second goal, for that second goal against Spurs. The way he gets in front and the passing, you saw it. The question is, what do we do to address that? You either go to the 4-3-3 and you bring Odegaard in, his left-footed nature. We saw how important that was at Burnley, the build-up, the Saka free kick and all that. Or you stick with a formation that worked and you go for like for like. I'm leaning towards the like-for-like formation and bringing in a central midfielder. Okay,
good.
So
good. Well, we'll get to those positions, but a 4-2-3-1 we'll start with.
Do you think there's merit in the 4-3-3? Do you think, listen, Graham and I did tactical insight about why it's the way forward.
Oh, but I kind of disagree. I saw them against Burnley, and I thought it was poor. I'm going to be honest. I know we got the result. It was off the free kick, but things didn't seem to work. I think at times as well, Partey can be overrun. We hail him up to be a great defensive midfielder, and he's world class and whatnot. I hear a lot of people saying that, but I actually think he can be overrun in that formation. I think he works better with a partner, and I think we have a like for Xhaka, if not a better player in that replacement for Xhaka. Big statement.
Coming for you.
I know, they'll come for me, but we'll get to the defensive midfield position.
Certainly you think higher ceiling, but we're going to get to all that.
Okay, let's go to right back position. Again, I think our back five pick itself, but who's right back for you?
Tomiyasu.
Has to be.
And these are the games where he's going to, I would think and hope, thrive. Winning his aerial duels, small tight pitch, being able to use his athleticism to just dominate his defensive areas. Brighton are going to cause us problems, and I think you want someone like Tomiyasu there just to shore it up a bit, help out Ben White when it gets a little bit. I'm not picking on Ben White, I'm just saying that's the centre-back nearest to him, as Tierney will do for Gabriel as well. So Tomiyasu keeps his place for me.
I agree.
100%.
Right centre-back for you?
Ben White.
Has to be.
Crucial on the ball.
Big game for him as well. Coming back here to the Amex.
Big game for him, and his pass completion was right up there against Spurs. And I think Ben White's performance went a little under the radar. I know Tony Adams were really bigging him up, which is great. As a club legend centre-back, bigging up our current centre-back. That's all the endorsement I need. But there are question marks over him. Listen, when your defender isn't giving the ball away, that's really good. That's really good, because you don't want your number 10 not giving the ball away, because you want them to be creating and taking chances. But your centre-back, if they're safe, that sets the tone. So Ben White keeps his place for me.
Ben White, I agree, and I think, like you just said, they're safe. I feel very, very safe with our back line, especially what we've seen of recent weeks. So we're going to move on to the left centre-back. I'm sure we're going to go with Gabriel.
Absolutely.
I think I've said it many times, he's underrated. I think he's starting to slowly get the plaudits he deserves. Solid in there, absolutely solid. Can actually be a leader over Ben White, in my opinion. I think he will start leading that back line more than Ben White, even though I think they complement each other very well. But Gabriel has to go, I'm sure. Left centre-back for you as well. Left back. Kieran Tierney.
I think I heard someone make a great point that Tavares' performance against Wimbledon in the week might have spurred Tierney on after a poor start to the season, let's be honest. By his standards, poor start to the season. But he looked like he was getting back to his best against Spurs, and hopefully he's back at it again here.
I think he'll have a great game. I think this will be a game where he will really thrive. I think a lot of our play will come down his side.
Always does. He links well with Smith Rowe.
Yeah,
There's
agreed.
A nice balance there.
Agreed. Midfield, there's 2 in the midfield. Let's start with the first one, the obvious one.
And that's the big debate. That's why we're doing this whole show.
It's on literally based on this.
Yes, Thomas Partey starts, of course.
Of course. But who?
Is it El Neni? Is it Lokonga? Is it Maitland-Niles? Is it the 4-3-3?
Maitland-Niles is a good shout. Every time he's come in, it seemed like he just slotted straight in. I know he replaced Partey in one of the games, and it didn't seem like Partey was off the pitch. He's come into this season, I guess, hungry. There was obviously rumours that he wants to play in this midfield and he's hungry to fight for his position, and he's showing it. And every appearance I've seen of him, of recent, has been really good. I think Maitland-Niles is one that's kind of going under the radar. Yes, we've got El Neni, who kind of does normally fill in.
I would go as far as to say that I've never seen Maitland-Niles have a bad game in midfield. And that might sound like a big claim, but actually how many times has he really played there? You know, and who has he played against in those positions? Yeah. So, yeah, I understand the doubt around him because of how long he's been around. It's not quite happened for him. But I think Arteta's finding a really nice new role for him, where, you know what, maybe he's not the first team regular he wants to be. But you know what, there's a lot of merit in being an important, crucial, adaptable squad player in a really great side. Now, we're not a great side yet, but if we become that, there's 100% a role for Maitland-Niles. It wouldn't surprise me if he played, but I think it's Lokonga.
Look, I was going to say, who are we putting in there? Lokonga. So we put Lokonga alongside Partey. I think it'll be a good test for him. It'll be a really good test for him. I think Lokonga and Partey will really complement each other, and I think that's what everyone wants to see. Will Arteta go over it? We don't know, but hopefully, fingers crossed. Okay, so let's go for the front three in front of the defence. Let's go with the right side first. A lot of debate. People are going to want to say Pepe. I personally want to see Saka there.
It's Bukayo Saka, man.
Thank you. Okay, cool. I don't know if we was going to have a little ism and schism here.
It's such a conundrum because Pepe can be dropping a 1 out of 10 performance and still look like he can win you the game. We came here in the pandemic, we lost. We weren't playing great, and he whips in the top corner. You know, Pepe's got form for it, not only at Arsenal, but even here at Brighton. Yeah. Bukayo Saka is efficient. Yeah. Bukayo Saka in those positions maybe doesn't always look as dangerous or as threatening, but he is so efficient. He gets fewer opportunities and makes more of them. And I think his ceiling is higher, and generally I look at Bukayo Saka and I just think he's only improving and improving. Yeah. So for me,
has to be. I'm going to echo off the back of that, and you can see that from his assist of the first goal against North London Derby. He took a step over, shifted it, crossed it straight in. Didn't do too much and hold on the ball too long. Made a decision.
No dropping, cut back in, just easy drag in the box.
Exactly that. So Bukayo Saka for me. In the 10.
Oh God. This, when your creative midfielder and your number 10 isn't creating, isn't running the game necessarily, then you turn to things like work rate and off the ball stuff. Yeah. So I can safely say that Odegaard delivers in every game. Maybe not necessarily what we always want him to, but he always brings something because the work rate's there. Yeah. I love the guy, and I've been championing him more than most, really. When people were looking at James Maddison and other options, I know. I was quietly saying I kind of would prefer Odegaard. It wasn't the popular thing to say, but I think this guy is really what we need. Hopefully, he keeps building. He needs to add to the numbers for sure. But I think this is a game that could suit him potentially. Yeah,
I think he enjoys playing for Arsenal. I think this is a club where, obviously, there's been a lot of times he's been on loan, hasn't really made his...
He's got a lot to prove still.
Exactly, hasn't made a name at Real Madrid, like even though he was dubbed to be the next big thing. I think Arsenal's becoming his home. I think he feels that, and he offers so much quality. And you're right, I know you were very much confident in saying, listen, let's just get Odegaard. Don't worry about the big spend on Maddison and all that. So yeah, fair play to you. I think he picks himself as well.
Well, let's see. Maddison's done a lot in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Odegaard's got a long way to get to that. So I understand the debate, but I just think the potential is there with Odegaard. Okay. We're seeing some early good signs.
Who plays on the left for you of the three?
Smith Rowe.
Smith
Rowe. I like his drive. All this Smith Rowe and Odegaard can't play together. Load of rubbish for me. I think they complement each other well. Smith Rowe's got a bit more drive, a bit more of a natural goal threat. Likes to get in the box. Could have scored against Burnley. Should have scored against Burnley. Definitely could have scored against Norwich. But at least I take comfort in that he's getting into those positions. He's a really nice kind of Aaron Ramsey, kind of Jack Grealish hybrid. I mean, not at the level. He's not done what they've done in the game, so don't run away with it. But I'm talking style-wise, and he's got a lot of class as well.
Does he
I like
suffer
him a
being
lot.
on the left, James, or not? 'Cause
No.
people argue like he should be playing in the 10 over Odegaard. That was, like you just said there was criticism that they can't play together, or one has to play.
You've played the game. Cecil's played.
Not too far from here.
But like, I nowhere near your level played as well, and sometimes when I like to play in those Smith Rowe positions. It's fun. When I was chucked wide, I felt less involved, but I also felt there was more opportunity for the late run, the kind of getting into the game, sneaky into spaces, and I think that will suit Smith Rowe to a degree. So, yeah, I think the left can be a position Smith Rowe makes his own.
Definitely, and they've got a great song having Smith Rowe and Saka in the same squad.
They're combining well.
Yeah, they're combining very well. Lastly, striker for you.
It is Aubameyang.
It is Aubameyang, but there is an argument to say, we spoke about this in the warm-up, the pitch is a bit smaller, the defenders for Brighton are very physical. It could suit Lacazette more, but it's hard to take Aubameyang out of the side after what he did last week.
And the nature of the performance we got from him with his aerial duels, his coming to feet, his running behind, he did everything. It's not just the goal. We knew Aubameyang had the goal and the moment in him.
Right.
It's can you serve the team in the way that you're able to. Serving your numbers sounds really harsh and selfish. I'm not accusing him of that, but I mean, we know you can get the numbers. Even when he was off form, you still knew he could bag goals.
Yeah.
But it's more, can you do the rest? And against Spurs, we saw that. I think this is going to be a tougher test against a more physical Brighton back four. But that is the question. And what I'd like to see from Arteta, because I know we talked about the 11 and stuff, but what I'd like to see from Arteta. You said in the warm-up, I'm not picking on you here, but you said Arteta was basically flawless against Spurs. I would challenge that and actually say his subs came way too late for me.
I did say that in the warm-up. I'm going to run it back. I said
you know what? I just get bored. I just don't listen. No, fair.
I did say there was one small thing that people might say he made his subs a bit too late.
Yeah.
Which was the argument in the studio as well.
I'll hone in on that.
Yeah.
But for me, actually, I look back, really late.
Yeah.
For me, freshen up the team early. And if Aubameyang's not doing what we saw in the derby in that first hour, there is really nothing wrong with going, Oba, not your day. Let's get Lacazette on, because I think Lacazette could have some fun here.
Agreed.
But let's see. But big up Aubameyang, because he's looking like he's
maybe back.
Yeah.
Don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but maybe back. Listen, thank you everyone for watching this Predicted 11 special edition here at the Amex. Make sure you let us know in the comments your Predicted 11, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Obviously today there's a lot of content coming your way. You've got the Watchdog, you've got the Start at 11 show, and you have the full-time show, Fan Cams as well, so make sure you look out for that.